Like, I will probably never work at Urban Outfitters ever again. Alright guys, so today I'm gonna be spilling the tea on what it was like working at Urban Outfitters. I worked there over the summer for about, I'd say like 1.5 to 2 months maybe. And you know, it was quite the experience. I'll just, I guess, go through like how I got the job and just what it was like working there, I guess. I also asked you guys on Instagram to ask me questions about working there. Yo, follow me on Instagram. So I'll just be answering those like towards the end of the video. I don't want this video to be too long, so let's like get straight into it. Okay, how I got the job. So it was quite the lengthy process. I'd say it took a month, maybe a month and a half, just to sort of like get the job. First things first, I applied online because I needed a summer job. About a week later, I got another email from them saying that they wanted me to do a video interview. You go on this website, they ask you questions, and you record yourself answering the questions, but it's like it uploads it straight away, so you don't have time to edit it or anything. I don't remember exactly what the questions were, but it was just stuff about your style and Urban Outfitters. Then about 2 weeks later, I got another email saying they wanted to do an in-person interview. It was actually a group interview. I do not like group interviews. It was like it's pretty stressful, not gonna lie. I mean, you kind of have to like try really hard to like act chill because that's their vibe. They basically want to hire people that fit the Urban Outfitters vibe. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god, I don't like using the word vibe, but that's the only way I know how to describe it. For the interview, I just wore what I would normally wear. I wore like an all-white outfit with like a white jacket, and the white jacket had some red on it. So it was pretty plain, but not like too basic just because all of it was white. Because that's the kind of stuff they want. So there were 2 managers that interviewed me and 3 other girls. And each question they asked, we just had to go like one person at a time to answer the questions. I didn't like that, to be honest, because if you go last, hearing the other people's answers will like influence your answer, which might be a good or a bad thing. But also, if you have an idea in mind and someone already says it, you don't really want to repeat it, because it's like, oh, what if you were just copying what they were saying, you know what I mean? And also, if you go first, it's like, oh my god, like I'm gonna hear everyone else's answer after mine, and like mine's probably gonna sound like shit compared to theirs. About a week and a half later, I'd say, I got another email saying I got the job and like when to start and whatever, and I had like an orientation day where you just sort of learn how to do things. And most of the time I had a floor shift, probably the most boring thing in the entire world. I would have like 8-hour shifts, and it would just be walking around, folding clothes, like making the store look nice, and that's it. Like, it was so boring, and the time would go by so slowly. Like, it was the worst. It was actually horrible. Oh my god. I got paid minimum wage. Where I live, minimum wage was $13.60. I mean, it varies from place to place. There's no dress code. You can wear whatever you want. You can wear crop tops, you can wear like booty shorts, whatever. But as long as you're wearing something that looks like something that would be sold at Urban Outfitters. Oh, there's also a nice discount. You get 40% off clothing items and like 15% off other stuff, I think. Every month you could choose 4 things to get 60% off of, which is actually like a pretty good deal. And you also got a discount at Anthropologie and Free People and other stores that are associated with Urban Outfitters. Literally, after I got my first paycheck, I just spent it on the store. While I'm just folding clothes, I'm like internally shopping, and I'm like, oh, this thing is like really nice. I think I'm gonna get it after my shift ends. But I ended up getting laid off. Not laid off, I got fired. I basically got fired at the end. I mean, I was gonna quit anyways because I had to go back to Egypt like really soon after I like lost the job. But basically, about like 2 days before, we had a Facebook group, and basically on the Facebook group you could post if you needed to switch shifts with someone or if someone could pick up your shift. And I think that was a pretty good idea, but because I was new, no one really knew me. I didn't really get a chance to get to know all of the people I worked with. No one responded when I said I needed someone to take my shift because I had something else that was really important that I needed to do, and I just couldn't go to work that day. And no one answered, and I couldn't get anyone to take my shift for me. So I called in and I said, listen, like I can't go today. Can't take my shift. And then the manager got so mad at me. She was like really pissed, and it was It's kind of scary. And then when I came back to work, like my next shift, I got fired. They were like, oh, we're trying to run a business, and there's like a 3-month probation period or whatever, so they're a bit more strict on the rules for the first 3 months that you work there. So they just fired me. Yeah, that's just how it is, you know. I mean, I thought it was pretty stupid, but like that's just me. I mean, I'm the one that got fired, so obviously, and like I had such a stupid shift anyways. But you know, whatever. It's fine. Okay, now I'm gonna go on my Instagram and answer these questions. What kind of things did they tell you to tell customers? They just told me to be nice, and like if the customer was causing issues, just say like, oh, let me go get my manager or whatever. Also, they told me so much stuff about what happens if someone steals something. They basically taught me how to steal from Urban Outfitters. I don't want Urban Outfitters to like go after me or anything, or like sue my ass, but basically what they told me is that there's a no chase policy. So if you just go in the store, take some clothes and leave, like run out of the store without paying and the alarm goes off and everything, you can just keep going. They can't chase you out of the store. Also, they can't search your bag. So I'm not telling you to steal from Urban Outfitters, because like if they have cameras and stuff, if they catch you, like you're done. But like I'm just saying, I mean. Okay, I have another question. Did you learn any secrets that normal customers wouldn't know of? Well, yeah, I learned that you can steal pretty easily. I don't know, I mean, I had this job like 2 months ago. I'm trying to remember, but I can't really think of anything. Okay, I just got another question. Did you get discounts / free stuff / promos? Was it worth it? I already talked about that briefly. I don't know, I mean, I guess it was worth like the experience of just having my first job. I'm definitely glad I worked there, because now I know that I never want to work there ever again. Whoa, you work at Urban Outfitters? That's some dope shit, man. Worked at Urban Outfitters until I got fired. As like a quick recap, like I will probably never work at Urban Outfitters ever again. And like I don't want to work in retail. I'm just not about that life. I found it so boring, and I'd rather work as like, if I had to choose like one of these like starter jobs, I want to work as like a barista or something where you're just constantly doing something to keep yourself busy, rather than like walking around aimlessly. I was 16 at the time, now I'm 17, and that's their hiring age. So most of the people were like university students or older, and I felt like I just didn't really fit in, because there were only a couple people I met that were like my age or around my age, and that just made it even more boring, because I didn't have many friends to talk to. I just felt like I didn't connect with them, because they were like, oh my god, I'm moving into my new apartment, like it's so crazy, blah blah, whatever. And I'm like, oh, I still live with my parents because I'm 17. Yeah, I mean, if you want to work at Urban Outfitters, you basically just need to like fit the vibe and just be yourself. I know that sounds cheesy. I hate when people say like, oh, just be yourself and be fine. But like, if you're chill, like if you're a chill person, just be yourself, and like they'll probably hire you. I feel like it's not that hard to get a job there. That's just from my standpoint. I mean, I guess it's different where you live, or like the season, like how many people are being hired at that time. Yeah, that's about it for this video. If you learned something new, glad I could help. You can comment down below if there are any videos you want to see from me. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.